Hello everyone, welcome to youtube.com/noblegarden. Today we are going to be looking at the 16.4 update, and I know I'm a little late, but bear with me guys, I have 2 jobs, okay? I'm trying my best. Sometimes it's just hard for me to constantly, be on it every single week. But from what I've seen, this update looks very, very interesting, and of course, we will also be doing a showcase. But before we start, I would love to thank Prince Pink and Lovebug for supporting my channel. As always, we are going to begin by reading the article. Hey Woozens, update 16.4 just released for everyone. Read all about it here. New queue system. The dev team worked hard on a full revamp of the queue system to make it much better. Here's what's changing now. Ability to chat from the queue. The event/unit that you're trying to join is full and you're in the queue. From now on, you can still chat with others even while waiting. Just use the public chat bar as usual and your messages will appear for everyone in the chat history. Your messages will show up with this icon next to them, letting everyone know the message was sent from the queue. If you feel there are too many messages in the chat history and it's getting overwhelming, you can use the 2 toggles at the top of the chat history to choose what you want to see. All messages, only units messages, or only queue messages. Updated UI for the queue. To make things cleaner and less cluttered, we replaced the big old queue screen with this compact notice on the side of your screen. And to avoid confusion, the units HUD and chat bar will turn red when you're in the queue. When it turns back to blue, it means you got into the units. Also, when looking at the list of users in the units, you can now easily see who's inside and who's still in the queue. Updated UI for units stats. The top right corner of the units HUD now displays the current count of users in the units and the current count of users in the queue if there is one. You can still access the previous stats, total visits and votes, by clicking on this section. It will open a pop-up with these exact stats. Co-hosts and guest list now have priority. From now on, users on the guest list automatically get priority to enter the units and will be placed at the beginning of the queue. But if you're a co-host, you not only get priority, but you can also skip the queue entirely and enter directly. New manual queue mode for owners and co-hosts. We're introducing a new manual queue mode that you can turn on in your units. The automatic mode is what you currently have. Woozens are automatically allowed in as long as the units is not at full capacity. What changes in manual mode? No one is automatically let in. Anyone who tries to enter is placed in the queue. And the owner and co-hosts can pull users in manually. When you're done with them, you can manually send them back to queue to let others in. Note, you cannot pull more people than the unit's capacity. If you've reached a limit, you must send someone back to the queue first. Manual mode requires a bit more work, that's what co-hosts are for, but it's a perfect option if you want full control over your units or events. Other improvements, but that's not all. This update includes other quality of life improvements and various bug fixes. If you're not sure where to get a crafting resource, you can now get help for most of them. Note, complete list is coming soon in progress. Okay, so right now we are in my friend Alythia's unit, and I am in the queue because she has a limit set to 1 Woozen. You can see everything is red, and there is a little pop-up just saying that we're waiting in line. It looks a lot better than the old one. So the first thing I want to try is I'm going to try to go in order. I want to try chatting from the queue. We can see down here, I'm going to say hey. Ooh, it opens up the chat history automatically. Alright, we can see that it says I said hey from the queue. I'm going to message her privately and ask her if she can see my chat in the chat history. Okay, perfect. Looks like she can. I really like this feature. Something we've never had before. And she even sent me a screenshot of it, which I will put here. She also sent me a screenshot of her unit stats that say there's 1 person in the queue and 1 person in the unit, which is very cool. Alright, so I'm going to see these toggles now. So this one shows chats that are only in queue, which obviously is just mine. And then this one shows the chats from people that are only in the unit, which is going to be her. We're also going to look at the list of users in the unit. Yes, I'm in queue, she's in the unit, very cool. And this up here also says that I am in the queue and there's 1 person in the unit. If we click this area, it will bring up her unit stats. This is what she sent me a screenshot of. Same thing, people currently in the unit, 1 out of 1, and people currently in the queue, 1. Now I'm going to ask her to put on manual mode because I also want to check that out. Let's see what happens. I just asked her, so hopefully I should be popping in here soon. I don't think it's going to let her since the limit is set to 1. We probably should have gotten a 3rd person for this. It says spectating, only the owner or co-host can let you in. I don't think it said that earlier. Which means she must have changed it to manual mode. Yep, it says can't pull user, units is full. Alright, she did let me in the unit now, so everything is back to blue, and I can chat normally in the unit and say hello. Okay, so now we are going to get the other POV. So now she is actually in my unit, and we can see that she's in queue. I'm gonna click here, in queue, Alythia. We can kick her, mute her. Let's go to this queue mode. Let's change it to manual. Alright, so what's this looking like? Alright, people currently in the units, people currently in queue. That's what it said before. Now how do I bring her in? Click this and queue. Yep, I can pull her into the units or kick her or mute her. If I try, it says can't pull user, units is full. Okay, I just increased the limit to 2 people, so now I should be able to pull her in. Yep, there we go. There she is. Okay, and now we are going to look at the last thing that they put in this update where it tells you where you can get ingredients to craft things. So if we click this compost bin, regular wood plank, where do we get that? Let's click on it. It can be crafted at the table saw. Recycler, where can we get an iron ingot? Crafted at the forge. This is very, very helpful, especially for any new people, because there are a lot of things where it's just like, okay, I need this to be able to craft this, but I literally have no idea where I get it from. That is all I have for this video. Give me your thoughts on this update. I really like the update personally. What's your favorite thing about the update? What would you have changed? Is there anything else that you think should have been changed or added? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye bye!